Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shay goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Last night, history was made with Love and Hip Hop. I think people didn't know what to expect from this show. Heather B, you and I, we often talk about this show because it's hard not to watch it, but it feels like what it represents is sometimes the worst of the worst in people.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine who's here with me right now, Peter Gunz. Give Peter Gunz a round of applause.
Thank you.
Is the center of attention on this show because of his scenario. And I've known you, Peter, since the 90s.
Yes.
You know, you used to come to Cali to the Wake Up Show with me and King Tech, which is on Monday nights here on Shade 4-5, 8 p.m. Eastern. Get your Sirius XM subscription if you want to hear the Wake Up Show. And in the years that you know, been in this business, you have always been a respected rapper.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree, Heather B?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Sway.
And, you know, and then we reintroduced, we were reintroduced to you through your son, Corey Gunz.
Yes.
Who was signed to YMCMB. Then Corey got his own reality show, right?
Yep. Son of a gun.
Son of a gun. And the public at large got to know you again.
Right.
As Corey Gunz's father.
True that.
Now, I known you as a friend.
We friends.
Well,
absolutely.
We hang out. We go down to, can I say the places we hang out?
Absolutely.
We go down to the Village underground. We meet up in the Bronx. We go to Brother Roy's up on 212th and White Plains Road.
Yes, indeed.
You know, we hang out. This is my man.
Yeah.
I know a couple of your kids. Yep, right? You know.
Sway. A couple.
Yeah,
But,
no, I got some kids.
know.
Yeah, he knows my kids.
Peter and I sat and talked about Love and Hip Hop. And Peter Gunz, as well as Saigon, both came and told me the scenario. And my first response to you was,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Gunz, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
And why I say not to do it?
I think exactly what happens.
Yeah.
You know, what happened last night. You know, people see that and just run with, you know, they have their own vision of you. And you taint that vision when you give them a glimpse of some of the bullshit that's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, what we learned about your life, man, I swear, man, I got to look at you homie to homie and just go, I don't like using the N-word, but this would be a good choice time to use it. But my dude, what the hell were you thinking when you allowed these cameras to reveal that you live with this beautiful girl named Tara? You got 2 boys, right?
Right.
And then we find out that the girl that you're managing, who is actually did sound all right, you know, last night. She's a real artist I remember her group.
Yeah, she had a group with her sister. She has a twin sister, you know, Black Butterfly. And I'm familiar with them as well from way back then. She's not a new artist, right?
Yeah, she's not a new artist.
No, Amina's extremely talented.
Yeah.
She plays multiple instruments and she can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dope. Amina and I were friends for a long time, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, Pete, but what were you thinking? Why would you, what was your thought process? You knew this shit was going to come out.
Right.
Why would you
know, to be honest with you, as much as I would like to get into it, it would really like ruin the plot of the show if I try to explain away the whole situation. But what I will tell you is this right here. When you up to no good and you have a beautiful, smart woman like I have in Tara, you know, with and I have 2 beautiful kids with, and you know, you're thinking it's like the end of the road and so many things happen, it's like the end of the road and y'all just rocking, trying to figure it out for the kids, and it's just, you know, and you start hanging out with somebody else and y'all, you know, y'all friends and she's going through something and y'all just start clicking. I mean, absolutely the right thing to do is to break up with the one you with and move on, and especially somebody you have kids with. And I can absolutely tell you I have no complaints about Tara. She's dope. She, you know, it's me. It's my bullshit. I've never been in a relationship where it was the woman's fault. It was always been me. I always had a problem being loyal. It's a problem. You know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is, Sway, is that, you know, I could have and I'm being honest with the world. I could sit here and tell y'all right now they would have rented me a nice apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good friends with a lot of people with money like Shaq. I could have been driving the hottest cars, but I wanted to give it to the people as real as possible. I had one hit.
Yeah.
And
Deja Vu.
And that record was all the money that was taken from that record went to Steely Dan because they owned all the publishing.
Uh-huh.
So when people say, why would you do the show?
Yeah.
And it's definitely I was financially driven to do the show.
So you did the show
definitely for financial reasons. And it's not really people be like, oh, you sold your family out. Nah, Tara was on her way to see Amina anyway. I was gonna get busted anyway. Shit was gonna blow up anyway. So I figured I might as well get paid.
Yeah.
Let me get paid to get busted. Fuck it. Let's all get this money. Tara's a star. She gonna be all right. Amina's good. They'll be all right. And people say, what do you think? Niggas are saying shit like, yo, this nigga ain't had a hit since Lincoln got shot. But they talking. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was saying nothing about Peter Gunz yesterday. Nobody was thinking about Peter Gunz.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Now my feet are trending and everything.
Yeah, your feet. That's the first time. Had to be. There's a scene where Peter Gunz, out of all the things that surprised me most, it was that they allowed his dirty feet to be shown on TV. It wasn't the affairs. It wasn't the fact that he got married to what people consider your side chick.
Right.
You married to side chick.
All right, we're going to get into all of that.
We're going to get into all of that. Peter Gunz is here. You have any questions, we're going to cover it all.
Let's talk about
Special edition of Celebrity Wire, Sway in the Morning. Let's take them back.
Let's talk about
This is the one you didn't get paid for.
Yeah.
You didn't make no money off of this.
It's classic. We toured, but when you hear this record, I don't get $1.
All right, it's Shay 45. Give us a call. Yeah, that's Peter Gunz right there. Love and Hip Hop, the most talked about show in the land. Here's the scenario. Peter Gunz, father of Corey Gunz. First of all, father of Corey Gunz revealed to the world that he's living with a woman with 2 kids. And all along, he's been married to his artist, Amina. And it's so much speculation on the internet, Peter. We're just going to fire off questions and just see if you can answer them.
That's true.
All right, number one, let's go back to the dirty feet.
Let's address the dirty feet.
Did you know your feet were going to be dirty on TV?
No.
And what kind of mud do you step in to get your feet? I mean, damn, do you even wash your feet, bro? I mean, are his feet not important?
But anybody that knows Peter Gunz, he knows that, the shower is my favorite place in the world. I'm a very clean person. But I have 2 young boys. And in that very small apartment, there's a backyard. And right before we started shooting, I'm running around in the backyard playing with my kids. And when they say shoot, I'm just that real, man. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about my feet. I'm not thinking just let's film this shit and get the fuck out of here. Originally, let me be clear. We didn't want to shoot in that apartment, but if I would have went and rented a place with a doorman and all of that, I would have been lying to you. I'm fucked up out here. Last time I went to the ATM, that shit told me to get the fuck out of here. So I could have portrayed, I could do just like everybody else, rent cribs, rent cars. I could do that, borrow cars in front, like, yo, yeah, I'm like, nah. I had one hit.
Yeah.
And,
you've been struggling ever since. So
and then
you
when
broke?
Mona Scott and them called me for the show, I was 3 months behind in rent. Now, I'm not saying I sold myself out for money or nothing like that. I just gave y'all what's really going on. Like, when people say, oh, you sold out, you sold your soul. Nah, I'm entertaining you what's really going on in my life. Now, a lot of shit, of course, is TV. Yeah. It's based on a true story. You get a little bit of fabrication, which I want to clear 1 or 2 things up.
Let me ask. Okay. First of all, the house is the size of a dollhouse. So how big? How many? What is that? 500 square feet? I mean, so y'all live in a small house.
This dude here, boy. No, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Originally, Tara was living with me in White Plains. Then I moved to Yonkers. She was living with me in my Yonkers apartment, which was, we was living separately.
Yeah.
Then I built the recording studio in Long Island City.
Yeah.
And she had a little bachelor crib in Queens.
But how you build a recording studio if you're broke?
No, I had, you get investors. You got friends like Sway.
Okay.
Shaq.
Yeah.
And you say, listen, if I could just record, then I could make something happen, which I did. We went in there and recorded a Millie and recorded all of the stuff that got Corey the attention that he needed to get signed to Def Jam and then Young Money in that same studio.
Yeah.
But keeping up with the bills, of course, is a problem if the studio was personal use.
Yeah.
So if you're not renting out time and you're not generating money, you can't keep up with the rent.
Okay. Now, you brought up Corey.
Yeah.
Corey, he's a young celebrity himself.
Right.
Yeah, you guys have a close relationship.
Yes.
I've known Corey since he was a little one. Is he embarrassed? I mean, did you concern yourself about embarrassing him and how it might impact his career?
I mean, you know what? To be honest with you,
Have you talked to him?
I'm concerned about my family, you know, and I'm definitely in doing the show. I was concerned about Corey. Corey actually comes on the show, so you know you'll see Corey in the scene. But I warned Corey that, you know, I'm gonna look crazy. You know what I mean? They not gonna get ratings making me look like a pimp or like a star.
Yeah.
The ratings come with making me look a little creepish. You know what I mean? So I warned Corey that can happen. But, you know, Corey's a grown man. He's doing what he has to do for him. But in hindsight, do I think that this affects Corey's career at, you know, in a way where people are like, I'm not sure, you know, but I do know that he, you know, it's human nature for him to be embarrassed because he loves me.
Yeah.
And he don't want to have to be up, you know, on the radio or defending me, or when people say ugly things like your father's a creep, he's a, you know, dog, he's living with his baby moms in a little shoebox and shit like that. You know, that could be, you know, hurtful, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? I could live. I'm not saying I can't live a little better, and I can't do a lot better. And as a black man, old black man, I should be setting better examples. But at the end of the day, it's entertainment. It's out there more than you think. You know, for every man that don't cheat, there's a man that does it. My shit is a little extreme, but I give a lot of men the opportunity to say, I ain't that nigga. You know what I mean? Like,
man. I mean,
shit, look,
listen, man. When I saw your shit, I was like, okay, mine wasn't that bad. You know, my life. But you know, and to that point, you know, we've had a lot of callers that say, hey, man, Peter Gunz thing is extreme because we watching it on camera. But I got an uncle who's in the same situation, or I got a cousin who's in the same situation. It doesn't make it right. One of the things that I said to you when you asked me, should you do this show? I said, well, Peter, if it was just you, it's different. But this is going to impact your children, your children's mothers, your mother,
their
your
family,
sisters.
I mostly, not to cut you off, Sway, I mostly feel the you know, people say Corey, say this and that. Corey would be fine. Corey's a grown man. He's strong. Corey's just facing jail time. I've been locked up. I've been through worse situations. And, you know, these same people, and not talking about you, that's like, yo, why you do that? Why you put your life out there? Where were you when the landlord was calling and, you know, kids needed shit? And so I did, you know, what I had to do. And like I said, it was going to come out anyway. I'm just getting paid for it to come out. That's
You're
all.
getting paid for it.
And another thing, you know, I don't want nobody out there to think that I'm glorifying what I'm doing. Like, I'm happily doing this because I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Tara is dope. That's my loss. Yeah. And me, the thing I feel most about is Tara. Feel bad most about is Tara putting her out there like that because she don't deserve that. Yeah. So that I regret that more than anything. But the only two people that told me not to do it that I even considered saying, y'all, but let me pull off the show was you and Busta Rhymes. I ran into Busta and Busta was like, my man, are you fucking kidding me? Nah. Yeah. I know I would rather see you do an album with Corey to figure out some bread. Yeah. If you need something, holler at me. I'll help you. Don't do the show. And that y'all are the only two that I even
told you not everybody. Okay. You know, your mom. Yeah. Your sister. Yeah. I mean, what was your thought process? I mean, how have they reacted? I know people have been reaching out to you. I know you've been AWOL. You haven't been able to talk to anybody. You haven't talked to Tara.
I changed my number and I stayed low because you know, I just don't. You get bombarded with calls, you know. But listen,
what did you tell your mom though? What did you say to your mom? What did she say to you?
My mother just said, "You crazy," you know, like Peter, you crazy. Like my mother, my mother support anything. You know, anything that I do, but she loves Tara so much. You know, my family loves Tara. You know, so. It's more of a, like, you know, my mother, she's like, I'm a woman first. Yeah. And then I'm your mother. You know what I mean? First, I'm a woman. So it bothered her that I did it. But, you know, like I said, things don't stay bad forever. And, you know, all I could tell the people is keep watching. And, you know, hopefully you're entertained and hopefully it'll turn around, you know. And again, I'm not glorifying this to anybody. Hopefully, you know, men, kids look at it and go, wow, I don't want to be in that situation. Not, you know, but,
this is what
I do love two women.
You officially love both of them. We are Chris Brown. Said the same thing.
love my kid's mother. But Amina's an easy person to love too. We click on a different level too. But it's a true story. It's just a few little
Wait,
things.
hold up. That's why I want to talk about this wedding and this marriage and all the speculation that's surrounding this so-called marriage.
Okay.
Some people think it's fake. Most people think it's fake, and it was done for immigration reasons so this girl wouldn't get deported. I want to talk about this up next. Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. That's called Kicking Rocks.
Call me.
Kicking Rocks. Peter Gunz. This is probably the most tumultuous relationship dynamic quagmire of love that we ever seen play out. People compare you to Stevie J because he has his girl Mimi, and then he had his artist that he starts sleeping with, Jocelyn, and that's the same kind of dynamic with the love triangle. Mimi and Tara being one of the same,
Right.
Jocelyn and Amina being one of the same.
Well, here's the deal, Sway. To be honest with you, I really wasn't watching Love and Hip Hop like that. I did the New York show with Rich. I made that appearance with Rich, and I wasn't watching it like that. But I realized once I did that appearance with Rich, just how popular the show was. Because then here I am stopping, taking pictures, and I'm like, oh shit, everybody watches this show. I really didn't pay attention to Love and Hip Hop and Stevie J. I'm cool with Stevie J and Benzino and all of them. I never really watched it, but I was in front of BB King's one day talking to Stevie J. Me and him was having a conversation. He said, yo, I'm at Daddy's house. I got something for Corey. Fire. I know Stevie J as a producer. I don't know him from the show like that. So I'm like, hell yeah. I know you still got it. But then a line started forming, like people were lined up to go into like see Jay-Z somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And they was lined up to take pictures with Stevie J. And I'm like, hold up. This dude is popular. But I didn't realize that. I didn't watch the show, and I didn't, people say, oh, you think you the light-skinned Stevie J, you old nigga, or you trying to mimic Stevie J. I really didn't know that side of Stevie J until we started filming Love and Hip Hop. And I realized that, Love and Hip Hop said, oh, we got another, that's what that was the consensus that, oh, we got another Stevie J situation, so, but whatever, man. Stevie J started the show, broke. He's a couple $1 million.
A couple million. And
hopefully I can mimic Stevie J. If that's what people want to say, you trying to be Stevie J, hopefully I will be Stevie J. You know what I mean? If that's what it is. But again, I'm not here to sell my family out, sell my soul. I'm just giving y'all what's really going on in my life.
Okay, so what we learned is that Peter Gunz took this show. People were surprised to see you on this show.
Yeah.
But as you expressed, you were down and out. Basically, you were 3 months behind on your rent. The money proposition looked good. You got kids to feed.
Yeah.
What we found out, you living with a beautiful woman, Tara. You got an artist named Amina from Black Butterfly.
Oh, yeah, the apartment thing. Let's go back to that.
Okay. The apartment is the size of a matchbox.
This dude here.
But that's the life
he
you live.
Himself my friend. He called himself my friend.
The backyard, as soon as you try to throw a rock, your wrist hit the fence because the backyard is done.
This dude here.
But I'm just saying it's a small place.
No, but truth is, I moved in. I left my apartment in Yonkers to move in, and kind of like.
Yeah, you want to be a family man.
No, we didn't have kids.
You didn't have kids when y'all moved in?
No, we didn't have any kids when we moved in.
You got 2 kids. Now, I'm going to ask you about the kids in a minute.
Yeah.
This girl, Amina.
Let's go.
We found out that your mother thinks you're crazy. The family is, everybody's upset about this because they're learning it. You haven't talked with Tara yet, right?
No.
You haven't talked with Tara?
No.
So she witnessed for the first time watching the episode the depth of the relationship you have with Amina.
Yeah, people don't realize that. You don't see the show till everybody else sees the show. People think you see the show before it comes on. Truth of the matter is you see the show simultaneously with everybody else. So when y'all watching it, we watching it.
So when I was watching it, I heard Amina tell Rich Dollars this.
You're trying to tell me what to do about my situation that you don't know nothing about.
What you mean I don't know nothing
You don't know about him and I? Like, you don't know what our situation is.
You need to play your position. Because this wifey
You don't know what my position is. That's what I'm saying.
I know there's wifey up in the Bronx with kids.
That's not wifey.
Why you say that?
I'm the wifey.
Whoa.
You knew already. He didn't tell you that he married me?
Married?
That's my name.
Yo.
Don't say nothing to me, man.
Wow.
You married the side chick. That's what the consistency is. The speculation is
my wife is the side chick. First dude in America whose wife is the side chick.
Your wife is the side chick. Did you marry her to people assuming that, this has something to do with immigration and that you married her for the papers.
No, absolutely.
That's not true.
No, absolutely. Number one, that's illegal. She could get deported and I could go to jail. We never even filed for paperwork. So I could be going to Germany to be a citizen for all people. No, we didn't do that. And, I knew that people were going to start saying that and thinking that, but we haven't even tried to file for citizenship. So when people say that, it's off. Was it something that jumped out the window? Absolutely. When you trying to prove yourself to somebody and say, yo, just wait, things is rocky over there. Some chicks is like, I don't believe you, this and that. And you jump out the window. I jumped out the window and did some crazy shit. Probably the, craziest thing that I've done besides hopping the train with a gun on me when I was a kid. But this is probably the craziest thing that I've done, like just jumping out the window, doing something. And I guess that's the shock value. But no, absolutely, she's from Germany. And most people are going to say, they're going to continue to say that, but whatever.
Why didn't you marry Tara? That's the one you have kids with. That's the one you were staying with.
Right. If I go into it now, then I spoil the show. So as the show plays on, that will come out. Yeah, I'll explain it. It gets, it starts off rocky, but you'll see as things go on. I explain that on the show. So for me to do that right now, I will be killing the credibility of the show. Now the show's
the credibility of the show. You concerned about the credibility of the show?
But the
integrity of love and hip hop?
Not the integrity, but here's the deal. When you sign on to do something, you sign your name on to do something, you do it. You don't get on the shit and then backpedal and say, yo, nah, fuck that. They did that. You know what you're signing up for. You watch Love and Hip Hop. You know how this go. You know they not there to paint you as no angel. So when I signed on, but with that being said, there are a little few bullshit things that happened that I'm definitely going to address.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Tara didn't know that you got married all this time.
No.
Poor Tara.
Definitely.
She's devastated right now.
Well,
there was a scene where Tara was in the same room as Amina, and you introduced them knowing you were married to Amina.
Well,
explain that. Why did you do that?
That's one of the things that on the show that I told them that I'm definitely not going to eat. They're going to have to, I'm going to have to keep it real with that part. There's certain things that that happen that I'll take all day, but that one I can't eat. That was a situation where I thought we was filming the intro to the show.
Yeah.
And I always knew when Tara or Amina was filming. And this particular day, Amina told me her call time, Tara told me her call time, and I said, oh shit, they trying to jam me up. Both my chicks shoot at the same time today. It's only one camera crew. So when you shooting, you know who's shooting.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, in charge of knowing, this is my girl. So you shooting today? Yeah. So I know everything. So they got them going at the same time. So I started making phone calls. Why the fuck are they meeting already? We haven't even started filming yet. And you filming the intro. She's filming the intro. They'll never see each other. But once I get there, it's a different story. We had a showcase. Okay, we had a showcase and Rich Dollars and Yandy starting to label and who's performing? Amina.
They didn't tell you, Amina didn't tell you I'm performing at the showcase?
Right. But
she didn't tell you?
She started, no, but at this point in time, when you go to the set, your phone gets confiscated. Different things happen. Like, they thorough with the shit. You don't know where you filming, you don't know nothing. They try to make the show as real as possible, shock value wise. So with the bottom line is this right here. I did it. She came down off the stage, she met Tara and they hugged, and I told them, y'all could do that, but I'm not gonna eat that. And that's the only thing on the show that I won't. That's the main thing. I would never introduce my kid's mother to a chick that I'm
to your wife.
To your wife.
Or introduce my wife to my kid's mother. So, I would never, that's just not pimping. That's just not cute. That's just not cool. That's the wackest thing ever. And I think I'm getting killed for that.
You're gonna get killed for a long time, Gunz.
For that and my feet, but that
your
but that
feet,
particular situation right there, I would never do nothing like that, and that's the only thing I can't eat, and I did it, and I always regret that for the rest of my life.
That's my next question was. Now that this is only the first episode,
right?
We're talking about one of 12. Do you regret doing this?
I have mixed views. You know what I mean? There's a side of me like, damn, why'd you do this? And then there's a side of me like, hey, I'm up. I was in the red yesterday. I'm up today. So it's mixed views. My family means more to me than anything. So to watch my nieces and nephews and my family, like, trying to defend me on social network, and they all embarrassed by it and probably embarrassed that their jobs even go to work. That part of me regrets it, but the other side of me is like, yo, it's the truth. It's real, man. And people are, at the end of the day, you watching and you're entertained, hate me or love me, you're being entertained, and
you liberated now though. All your truth is out in the open. Do you feel relieved in a strange way? Do you feel kind of liberated? Do you feel like
you know what? Here's the deal. Tara's the type of person that would much rather have a family intact and deal with this on a personal level than to have this put in the public like this, So for that, she would rather have a family than to be on TV this way.
Do you want to apologize to her family and to her for what they had to witness?
I have already, and sorry would never suffice. And you got to look at it as if that was your daughter or your sister. Me, I know I probably ran up with the ratty.
Yeah.
If somebody brought my daughter on TV and then showed I was married and you got 2 kids. It's just, so I can't be mad at a family for being mad at me. But I think that Tara is super talented, super beautiful. And at the end of this, she'll move on with somebody probably, 10 times better than me. Her bank account will be 10 times higher than mine, and she'll get everything that she came to New York to get.
Can we call her on there?
I could try.
All right, we're going to come back and see if we can get Tara on the phone with Peter Gunz, Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. There it is, Peter Gunz, Love and Hip Hop.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, Peter Gunz premiered on this season of Love and Hip Hop New York. It revealed that he's living with his 2 sons' mother, and on the side, he married another woman who happens to be his artist named Amina. The mom name is Tara.
Tara,
And
Tara Nasha.
And now the whole world has exploded. That was a clip from a scene where you were waking up in Amina's bed and you actually missed picking up your son. And out of all the things I think that happened on that show, that is probably what people would consider making you the biggest scumbag.
Yeah.
In reality TV history.
Yeah.
Well, at least Love and Hip Hop history.
That's very true.
How do you feel wearing that label? What were you thinking when you missed picking up your son over the side piece that you're now married to?
Well, number one, it wasn't purposely done. You have a rough night, you're drinking and you're doing your thing, and you set your little alarm to get up, and because anybody that knows me knows how I am about my kids. They are my number one priority. Number one. Even doing this show is about my kids. It's not about the fame. It's not about me. It's not about me having extra shit. I'm cool with what I got and how I am. It's not about buying jewelry and cars. I don't even wear jewelry. It's just everything I do is about my kids. So when people say that, it's bothersome, because if you ain't never woke up late to go get your kid and take your kid to school, or it was a human error. And any man that know you was drinking and popping off the night before, that it can happen to you too.
But that's what being responsible is all
Absolutely.
about, right?
But guess what? Obviously, I'm a very irresponsible person, and that's what's being displayed on TV, and it's kind of a mirror to myself. Even when y'all watched it last night, I was like, damn, that is fucked up. In doing the show, you in the moment.
Yeah.
But when you're watching this shit, you're like, damn, that is terrible. That's crazy, So it's no justify. I'm not sitting here saying, yo, here's the justification for me.
Okay, because it sound like that.
No, all I'm saying is, I'm saying that this shit is dead wrong.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking getting out of that. That's dead wrong. But what I'm saying is, the people that's slinging the fucking rocks, come on, man. Just look at your own. Just put a mirror to yourself. And you can say, yo, I never was late to get my kid, or I never for a side cheap piece. It wasn't that type of party. It was a human mistake, and it's dead wrong and irresponsible, but it's not something that I purposely say, oh, let me just lay down. Fuck that. He just got to miss school, or she got to take him. Nah, it was a human error.
It was a human error. All right,
Yeah.
Peter Gunz is here. Last night you revealed something to Rich Dollars that I think threw a lot of people off. It's one thing when you have an affair and you banging out somebody, and that's foul in itself. Obviously, you married the girl, but before we found out you married her, you said this.
What's the story?
It's
kind of like, trying to keep it business and work with her. And she was going through some with her boyfriend. And I was going through some at home. We just clicked. And everything just fell in place. The whole music thing, I guess, was beautiful.
Okay, so what are you telling me?
I feel like I'm falling in love with my artist.
Falling in love. For the record, do you really feel like you love Amina? Are you two are truly, really, genuinely, you love her?
Yeah, I do. I think she's a special person. Like, people are going to judge her and say she's a homewrecker, she's this and that, and the bad guy in all of this is me. I'm the person that's telling her what she needs to hear. I'm the one hiding and lying to my kid's mom. So I just wish that all the bullshit would just come to me, because at the end of the day, she's only going off what I'm telling her. Things is rough at home, which I can't really talk about it. You'll see as things go, but she's absolutely a good person, and a lot of people gonna shoot me now. How's she a good person when she know you at home with your, But again, your loyalty, my loyalty is to Tara. You know what I mean? My loyalty is to.
That sounds confusing though, right? Like you married to her, you saying how great she is, but your loyalty is to Tara.
No, hold on, let me finish.
Okay,
What I'm saying about Tara, if Tara's gonna be mad at somebody, it's me. This girl ain't telling Tara she love her. This girl ain't lying to Tara. This girl ain't. She's just over there, and I'm the one doing the lying and the cheating. So if you're gonna be mad at somebody, that anger should go to me. Now, with that being said, there is no cleaning this up. I'm not sitting here. There's no sitting here, Sway, and saying, yo, this is why, this is it, and then we leave here and everybody go, oh, I get it. There is no way.
Yeah.
This shit is fucked up. It's wrong, and but it's the real. It's the truth. I'm caught up in between two women. It still stands. I didn't even go to the premiere last night because I wasn't trying to sit with Amina while Tara was there, and I'm not trying to sit with Tara while Amina's there. I'm still in a situation where I don't want to do that to either one of them.
That's your phone ringing. Who's that calling?
Tara.
That's Tara. Can we call her?
Yeah, let's call her. Shout out to my man Tara Loman out of Virginia. Just came home. Very good childhood friend of mine. Doing good for himself. Just came home. I'm proud of you, brother.
DJ Ayers, I want to apologize. I know you was going to do our guest mix today. Peter Gunz is here. It's a real important conversation I'm having with him. So I want to talk to you about that momentarily. Can you forgive me, though? Please. All right, cool. Did she pick up? She didn't pick up? Just try it again. We're going to try to call Tara. Tracy, you got a question for Peter?
Yeah, so I'm listening to all these reflections, and the only question I can think of is, say Mona came to you today, the right dollar amount on a second season contract, would you sign it?
You mean for season 5?
Yeah, but a second season for you to be on.
And, I mean, at this point, I'm in so deep. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, today I woke up, and like I said, it was mixed feelings. Sway, who is a very good friend of mine, I was talking to him. He knows that, I didn't feel too good last night about it. Like I said, it's like a mirror when the show comes on. It's like a mirror put to you. But absolutely, listen, Mona is just doing her. She's just displaying what's going on, and I don't want to put a dollar on it. I don't want to put a dollar on it, but absolutely, I mean,
man, you might as well get $1 million.
No, my thing is how much worse could it get? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, man, last night I finished. I was watching it in Brooklyn. Came down. I was a little tipsy. Got in the car. Shout out to the cops that wouldn't let me drive off last night. But so I sat in the car all night.
You didn't have any a lot of people in these situations. You didn't have no suicidal thoughts or nothing like that.
Hell no.
Okay, I just want to make sure you were cool.
Yo, my regrets are for my family, and that they embarrassed by some of the things that they're saying. But hell no, it is what it is. Like I said, this is my life, yo. This is you just getting a peek into. Most people shit is private.
Yeah,
niggas don't display their dirt. I'm getting paid to get for something that was gonna happen anyway. I was gonna get busted, and I'm displaying it on TV for your entertainment.
Is that Tara? She's on the line? All right, we got let's put her up real quick. How do I click this? We have Peter Gunz, children's mother. Tara's on the line. Good morning, Tara. How you doing?
Good morning, Sway. How are you?
I'm doing fine. First of all, what can you say? Heather, Tara,
it's a lot to say. And Sway, you asked me really quickly if I wanted to say something. I think, and with all due respect, because we were talking earlier, I think you being a little selfish. And I say that because it would be hard for me if I were Amina and listening to this interview as your wife. And this me as a woman, I just feel like you truly are in love with Tyra. That's just my personal feeling. And I feel like it's a lot of work there and it can be repaired. I don't think that, it's done is done. I think it can be repaired, but it takes work. And I think my question is to you, if you were given an opportunity, never mind re-signing a contract and all that, are you willing to put in the work to repair the relationship with your children's mother? Because it seems like that's who you love. I mean, you may be in love with a pretty face and an artist. We all have our weak moments. But it sounds to me, and it's just my personal feeling, that you love Tyra, your children's mother, and is worth fighting for. Would you do it if you had the opportunity?
Listen,
Tara's on the phone too, by the way.
I would never deny how I feel about Tara. Everybody knows I love Tara. Amina knows that.
Okay.
I never denied that. I just feel she deserves better. I really got to get my shit together.
Okay.
She deserves so much better than me. You know what I mean? And I love
I
her
just
so
feel
much.
like when people say that, it's just an excuse to continue to do bad. If you know someone deserves better and you know something is wrong, then you do better. And if you love someone so much, then you act accordingly. And at some point, everybody has to grow up. Everybody can't just use the excuse, I messed up. Well, I got caught in the moment. There could be a lot of moments for everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of moments to make bad decisions. But at some point, you have to say, this is my family. And I'm going to put that first, beyond this temporary situation that I'm going through. Or when it does happen, let's just say, for instance, that there was a mistake. Then you shut it down. You don't continue to make the mistake. You say, this went too far, I better stop right now. And then this can never happen again. That's my problem.
Have you guys talked at all? Is this your first time talking with Peter since you saw the episode, Tara?
This is my first time speaking to Peter since last night, since the episode.
What went through your mind? Did you discover the marriage and all of these things too in watching this episode?
Well, I did not discover the marriage in watching the episode. I did get a chance to really see the interaction between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
How
did that make you feel? Because in one scene, I saw Peter gripping you on the butt, and in the next scene, I saw him kissing her in the mouth. How did that make you feel?
I was a little bit disgusted at that. I can't lie. I'm sorry. I was 125,000% disgusted with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if we want to go back to the year that Amina said this affair started, I just had a baby. You know what I mean? All that attention that I see him give to her was exactly the same thing I needed after having a baby.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that same energy at home.
So did your family get to see this too, or how are you doing?
You know what? I'm hanging in there. I'm a trooper. I'm like a rubber band. I always bounce back, but I can't say that I'm not hurt. I'm not upset. I'm not disgusted. I'm not angry, but I have to keep in mind that what I'm seeing has already happened. It's nothing I can do about it. No going back, changing it. There's nothing that can repair the damage that this has caused.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
What's next, Peter? Tara's here. Did you apologize?
Like I said, apology, it won't suffice for everything that I've done,
Mm-hmm.
but more than that, for me and Tara to go into this argument and go back and forth right now with some of the things that I would like to say would really like ruin what's coming up on the show. And I hate when people say, yo, you protecting the show but you sign on to do something, you got to respect that. You know what I mean? So I could definitely throw rebuttals out there. Nothing that's going to clear me or make me seem, because like I said, I'm dead wrong. And she's like I told y'all before she got on air, this ain't about her. You know what I mean? It's all about me and my bullshit. And, hopefully I'll get it together and that's it. And I could apologize till I'm blue in the face. Is that going to make her feel better? Nah, So
how do you feel about that, Tara?
I mean, that's true. At some point, apologies just don't work.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to, look for a person's actions. And I'm not here saying that Peter and I, our relationship was, we were on cloud nine every day. But, you have any conversation with anyone who's been together 13 years, and it's just going to be tough times. That's just what it is.
13 years. Wow.
And through these 13 years, you know what I mean? There's not one person that can come to Peter and say, oh, in the tough times I was seeing her, I was dating her. In the tough times, I rolled up my sleeves and I'm like, let's do this.
Do you want to still be with Peter?
I wish I could be like that.
Tara, would you like to, if it could work out, would you consider I mean, are y'all together now? And would you want to be with him? Would you want to work it out for the sake of the kids?
I mean, honestly, at this very moment, I got to work on me, and that means, I've given a lot in this relationship, and perhaps, as every woman does in these long-term relationships with a man that she loves, she kind of forgets about herself. It becomes about the children, him, what does he need, what does the children need. So, a moment to myself is, can you watch the kids? Let me just get my nails done for 30 minutes.
Right.
So now I just want to take this time to work on myself, just rediscover me, rediscover what I like to do. I mean, if you said to me right now, I'm going to give you $1 million, what was the last movie you went to see at the movies? I can't even tell you. I think the last movie I saw in the theater was perhaps 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you something. Would you say that's my fault?
I'm not saying it's solely your fault. I'm saying that
Do you think
there's
that?
a lot of
Do
things
you
can
do
jump
you
in
think
there and
that
help
we
out
was?
with.
Do you think that we had a very happy, healthy relationship?
Well, you know what? What I'm saying is, if it wasn't happy and healthy, you should have ended it the right way.
I agree, but that's not what I'm asking you right now.
Could definitely.
That's absolutely not what I'm asking you right now,
This is
Tara.
not about what's perfect.
Were
I'm
we
not gonna
as
argue.
happy as that first episode portrayed us to be?
There were definitely moments like that. Yeah, we were definitely.
I didn't say moments. I said
that
that shit had everything peachy creamy. Is that
it
where
did
we
have
live?
everything peachy cream. We were having a moment of laughter and hanging out. There was a moment that we were having right there. And do we have those moments at home? Absolutely.
What other moments do we have?
And I just said that we were not.
What other moments do we have?
There are other moments, Peter, but it's this. You can't sit here and say because there were moments that we were going through a tough time when you weren't putting in any work to make it better.
I agree. Listen, I'm 1,000% wrong.
Right.
Take 5% of that though, love.
Don't put it off on anybody.
Okay.
You got to own it, Peter, and just don't put it off on anybody.
I haven't.
Say,
Anybody, if they from the time I started this show, I ate it, love. From being fucked up and broke to doing the wrong thing.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm not putting anything off on you. I'm saying that
you're not
solely off on you. I'm saying that the relationship wasn't perfect. But when it wasn't perfect and when it matters the most is when I rolled on my sleeves and I pounded away at the pavement. That's when it matters.
I agree.
It doesn't matter that when everything's getting along you're faithful. It matters when I need you that you're faithful.
I was there. I mean, do you consider me a good dad? Do you consider me a good father to my children?
I consider you a good father, definitely.
Do you consider me a good person, regardless of, just besides the bullshit, which is real bad?
I won't attack your character, Peter, but I will say this. You know what I mean? A good person is good also to the woman at home. You can't just be a good-hearted person to your friends, a good-hearted person to people in the streets. You have to be a good heart. That starts at home with how you treat the person that you wake up to every day.
I agree. But I also will tell you this: it's not purpose, and maybe I need to.
Stop with you.
Maybe I need to do something about that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm willing to look into. Maybe it's a problem.
Right.
People have problems. Maybe I have a problem, but that doesn't. I love you. Always did. I'm just a fuck up.
I'm just saying that at this moment, all of that doesn't matter because honestly, I'm brokenhearted. I'm fucked up. So you can say you love me till you're blue in the face. You can say you're sorry till you're blue in the face, but the day that you were supposed to prove that to me was the day that you married her. So now, since you chose that over the lust of me, you chose whatever she needed or whatever was most important in that moment over me, that's when I needed you to love me.
I still love you.
Let me ask you guys this because you guys have kids between you, and at the end of the day, that's more important than any of this that's playing out right now. And it sounds to me that you might even need somebody to intervene, like Dr. Jeff, who's somebody who works with families and in these types of.
We got a close friend named Jay Bear Bay.
A therapist.
He's been our little therapist.
Okay. I think you definitely got to figure that out for the kids.
Yeah.
At least, Tara.
I mean, and the problem is when you're a mom, you always have to, the humble pie is there, and you just got to eat it, okay? Because it's always to not change the functionality and energy of your household for your children. You have to eat that.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a point where you just get frustrated too. It's like, why am I always eating the humble pie when I haven't done anything? Yeah, maybe I have a bad attitude some days because I had a long day at work. I mean, that I'm sure that can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have a bad day, so you come home, you pissed off. So you know what I mean. As the man in my life, I expect him to say, you know what, drink this. Here's some wine. Here's a shot of Macallan 25 that you don't drink, but in 10 minutes you're going to feel better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But when that roll up, let me get a rebuttal to that. There's times that I'm waiting for you to come in. There was times where I'm like, yo, we're gonna set it off, we're gonna do it, and you come in. Yo, why the flooring mop? Why doesn't it come in? And it doesn't make somebody want to say, yo, come here, let me rub your feet, let's watch. It doesn't make that.
Well, you know what? That's when I needed it the most is what I'm telling you. Because if you're having a bad day.
When somebody come in firing shots, you want to fire
shots. If you're having a
back.
bad day, Peter, if I can't fire shots at you about the stress of my day, then who can I fire shots at? But
It's not your day. The shots come at me.
110% here, Peter.
Come on.
Is that it's very rare that I come home and you're there waiting for me.
It's happened.
And the few times that it has happened, okay? There have been a few times.
No, what I'm saying is
they were probably unexpected, and I didn't know you were going to be there.
Well, no, that's later on. In the beginning, there was reasons that I wasn't there. Maybe if you was a little nicer when you came home. Sometime,
Peter,
maybe.
You know what?
You're not gonna put this off on me because she's nice. Of course she's nice. Of course she's side bitch. Like she don't have no kids. She has nothing to do but wait and sleep and eat Peter. She has nothing to do but that. I am balancing you, 2 children, myself, work nonstop. Like, of course she's in a good mood. But wait till she has her baby and watch how all of that changes.
What baby?
Wait till one day she gets pregnant. I'm not saying she is. I'm saying wait till her life changes where she's just not free falling in New York City as an artist and everything's so great and Peter's so sweet and we just laugh and we play the piano all day. Wait till she says, I want to play the piano, but this baby's sick right now, and he's crying. I want to play the piano, but I got to do this homework right now. I want to play the piano, but I'm exhausted. I need to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So,
Tara,
you can't compare the two things.
I know. This is what I want to do because I really feel like this, you two, because you got these kids, and it's obvious there's some unresolved, a lot of issues. I feel like this is the rest of this conversation needs to happen in private.
Privately.
Number one. Number two, do you regret doing the show, Tara?
I mean, I won't say I regret doing the show because I think that if I say I regret doing the show, then I wouldn't be able to see this entire picture and it's in all of the elements and nuances that I should see it in.
Yeah.
The person that I've been living with is at some point, you know, if you've given your all and that person hasn't given back to you, the universe wants you to see.
Yeah.
You can't just keep living like this. So it's like this entire time I feel like I've been beating a dead horse.
Okay.
You know, and then I would, if it weren't for the show, then I would still be beating that dead horse and not quite knowing what's going on, and then, you know, allowing his, you know, him to use things to you know, and that may not be true. You know what I mean? That there's something is going
the universe didn't put it out there. I did.
You know.
I mean, you are part of the universe, Peter. I'm not saying that you're. I mean, it is time. It was time for it to come out. It was time that there's some.
It wasn't time. I could have easily told Mona take that contract and take it somewhere else. Go get somebody else. Kwame or somebody.
I mean, I'm just saying that we are here now, and so that to me, since everything has opened itself out and it's now in the open, nothing's in the dark, then it was time for me to know, and it was time for me to know the person that I'm dealing with and you know, make a decision from there.
You didn't know? Well, we didn't have these discussions before.
This is what I want to do, Tara. I appreciate you allowing us to talk with you this morning, Peter.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I know you didn't necessarily want to be. I mean, everything's out in the open anyway, so you didn't have to come here and explain. But a lot of people have a lot of questions because a lot of people respect you as an artist. You know, they finding out who you are as a complete person. Yeah. And you know, you put it out there, Tara. You got a lot of people who
in support.
That's in support of you as well. I'm in support of y'all kids. I never got a chance to meet your kids, so I'd love to meet your kids if that's all right.
Absolutely.
With everybody.
Yeah, you have to do that. Yeah.
Okay. I want to see them. They're beautiful. And let's put those kids first. I know a lot of things are going to play out in the weeks to come with Love and Hip Hop. My other buddy Saigon is on there, so I'm sure we're going to see something with Saigon. But I appreciate you, you know, holding strong. You sound like a strong, intelligent, you're a beautiful woman. Which Peter has said, you know, take it for what it is. Peter, I appreciate you coming up here. And if either one of y'all want to come up here, if there's any way I can help you, just reach out. Okay, Tara, because Peter's like my brother, so that make me the uncle to your kids. Okay?
Listen, I need you to keep these kids babysit.
Bring them by. I'm a good. Hey, listen, man. I'm a father too. I'll take them. You know, they might be hanging out at Sue's Rendezvous or something. But hey, listen, Tara, they'll have a good time. Okay. Tara, have a good day. I hope you guys are able to talk later, okay?
No doubt.
Okay, absolutely.
And then Peter, I know this is hard, man. It's probably the toughest thing you ever done in your life now.
Yeah.
But it's all in the open. Feel liberated. You gotta, as low as you may feel, as scummy as you may.
It's a little depressing in a little bit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like I said, it's like a mirror being put up to yourself. You know, and you know, I left out the fact that I had a close friend. I got a very close friend named Jay. He, you know, Jay and Buster didn't agree with me doing the show. Right. But again, I felt like I could take the show and poly some money out of it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, is that you know, worth your family or worth going through putting yourself in the public eye as some, you know, just a dog? You know, maybe not. But hopefully there is a you know, I'm looking for the saying, at the end of the road, there's a pot of gold, or you know, something like that.
How can people reach you?
Okay. Silver lining.
Well, you about to start hosting a lot of parties now. You know, I know you're working on music. If people want to reach you, since you're going for that dough, how can they? If they want to hire you, how can they hire you?
You could go to bookpetergunz@gmail.com. Right now, it ain't. I don't know, Sway. You know, I've been down that road before.
Yeah.
The parties and the you know. So I don't know. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. I'm out here. You know, have fun.
Okay.
Go in. You know, let's you know. Again, I apologize to all the women in the world that's offended. I apologize to my fans that's disappointed. You know, but again, you know, keep watching.
Peter Gunz, ladies and gentlemen. This player's got a new song too, Kicking Rocks. Be on the lookout for this.
Yes.
And
T Midas, get at me.
All right, Pete.
Yes. Sway,
we
my
in your
brother, I love
man.
you, man.
I don't judge you, man. I'm in your, you know, I don't
love
judge
this
you.
Dude.
You know, so I'm not, none of us are without sin.
Right.
Corey, I love you.
Right.
Corey, I love you to death. My son Corey got probation. He was facing 2 years in jail. He got probation. So, you know, so along with some bad news, along with feeling bad, I got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Going in the studio, and he's out here in the streets and not in jail. So thank you again, everybody. You know, hey, pray for me if that's what you want to do.
Peter Gunz, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.